So I have something I quickly want to share, like a testimony. Something just happened and I feel like I need to share this. I hope it helped someone. It might not be in the same alignment in terms of experience of what I just experienced, but maybe in a way that you need to hear God's faithfulness. So a few months back, I had like a tooth infection. I think at the beginning of this year. I've been actually struggling with it for months. It's been a back and forth thing. And to be honest, it's been so confusing because I'm like, I've never really struggled with toothaches. I've never had that experience. I know anyone can experience it. Toothache, I know that, but it was just like, where is this coming from in the midst of everything else I'm going through? Toothache as well. And it was so bad that I ended up going to the doctor, right, sharp, and I thought it was just as simple, I can get my tooth removed from a dentist. And when they checked me, they were like, ma'am, your case is so severe, we can't remove it at the dentist, you have to get it surgically removed because your teeth are growing, something about my teeth are growing on top of my nerves, so there's a chance that I could get paralyzed or whatever if they, like, it was just a whole traumatic thing. Whatever feedback they were giving me, I was just like what? It was just so scary. I remember feeling like, what a wow. When I checked and asked how much that would cost, it was like 8,000 rand per tooth. And mind you, they were telling me that yes, it's one side that's affected, but by the looks of it, I need to remove all my 4 teeth. And it was just like 8 times 4. Where will I get that money? Where am I gonna get that money? I can't even remove 1 tooth. Like, let's start there. 4 of them. But anyway, guys, the pain was so bad that I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Oh, at night, it was a struggle. Sleeping was a struggle. The pain was so bad. It would cause me headaches. My neck, it was so bad that I didn't understand what was going on. Sharp, I got medication at that time because I went to the dentist, right? But that was my last money for me to use to afford going to the dentist. They referred me to like a public hospital. I went there to get help, right? Sharp, but the experience wasn't that bad, to be honest. When I got there though, they couldn't help. They couldn't remove it because they said, no, your case is severe, you need surgery. And currently our they labs where they, what is it a lab where they do surgeries, the lab or whatever that, what is that, they're not working. Everything is broken down. They don't have equipment for that. I have to be on a waiting list, and before I have to be on a waiting list, they told me to call in May. Mind you, I think it was in Jan or Feb. They were like, okay, from now it's Feb, right? We know it's so far, but you have to wait until May. Give us a call in May and check if we can put you in a waiting list. And I'm like, May, baby, it's Feb. What am I supposed to be doing with this pain from Feb to May? Please. And you're telling me to call you in May, not to get help, but to call to check if I can be in a waiting list. I was so defeated. I went home, I took the medication. The medication helped with the infection, sharp. But the infection kept on coming back because now the problem is that I don't have enough space in my mouth for the teeth that are growing. They're growing like on my jaw line almost. They're not growing where teeth are supposed to be growing, my wisdom teeth. So I've been going back and forth with this infection. So this one time there was a trip I was supposed to go to, right? And now it was like, I think 2-3 days before the trip, the infection came back that same week. But I'm like, I cannot go to this trip with an infection. Like, it's not nice. Like, whenever I have this infection, I can't eat, I can't do, guys, the headache is bad. I just want to sleep. I'm moody. Like, nothing is nice in J. If you know, you know. Also, I've been planning the food menu of what we're going to be eating at the trip, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to be eating there. So you're telling me I'm not going to be eating all these things because I have a toothache? I was just so defeated, and I was going through a lot of things also in my personal life as well. Guys, I've been goishing. Hey, yo. Like, this whole goishing thing, I'm trying to endure, to understand that it's not only for my testimony, for my victory. It's not just only my victory on the other side of the suffering, but for you guys as well, you know. And to be honest, it is. That's why I'm recording this video, because I'm so shocked. I didn't think this would be a testimony and it would go the way it went by now. So anyway, I prayed. I remember laying on the couch. I was so down bad. I was so defeated. Okay, I don't want to lie to you. I was praying, sitting on the couch, and I was like, God, I remember crying. All I remember remember is just crying nonstop and just saying, like, I'm at a point where I'm ready to quit. I don't know what to do anymore beyond this, and you're my only hope. I can't afford. At that time, I didn't even have money to go to just get the medication. I had nothing. There was nothing for me to do. I can't go to the public clinic. It was just a lot. And I'm like, the trip is in 3 days. All of that. Like, I just feel like, yeah, anyway, sharp. I prayed and I was like, God, I have a lot on my plate right now. There's so much I need to do. There's just so much going on. This tooth infection is the last thing I need. What went wrong? Why do I have a tooth infection now? And then I was like, please help me with this infection. Like, you're my only hope and help. I have nowhere else to go or to look. I don't know how you can heal this without me taking medication. I don't know how, but please help me. I prayed, I cried, and then I think I just continued with my day. I had a lot I had to do, so I just continued with my day. I kid you not, that afternoon I started noticing that my headache is going away. The tooth is not as painful as before. I'm like, let me not get too excited. It's too early to be excited. The evening comes, the pain is not there. It's like slightly there. The swelling on my gums, it's going down. Like, guys, I go to sleep. The next morning, infection where? Don't lie to me. You cannot sit here and tell me that God doesn't exist. You cannot sit here and tell me that God doesn't answer prayers. Ne? The infection was gone, and I was like, maybe I'm like, what's going on? I even checked. I opened my mouth to check, because normally I check and look how it looks. It normally looks bad. The swelling, the whitish part that always covers the top of my tooth and the gum, gone. I'm sorry, where? Flat gum. I don't have a tooth infection. I prayed. I was like, God, what? 2 days later, the day of the trip, I even forgot that I had an infection. Baby, I was healed. There was no infection the whole weekend of the trip. What infection? There was no infection. I ate. I chowed the food like nobody's business. Don't play with my God. Don't play with my Jesus. Period. Anyway, that fast forward now, my faith, obviously because of that, my faith grew. I was like, wait, God, I think it always shocks me how God hears prayers. Like, it's like sometimes I get in my head that I'm talking to myself that there's no God. Like, I'm just wasting my time, and it's the devil planting those seeds in my mind. And it's hard sometimes to really believe that God is there. He can hear you when you pray. It's hard. I don't want to lie. Sometimes I just sit and say, maybe I'm talking to myself, especially when you feel like you've prayed for things and you feel like your prayers are not being answered. It just shows that it's not that God is not answering your prayers. There's certain things that he needs to do in your life first. He's working behind the scenes in a way that you don't see. And sometimes it may look like he's not responding, and it may look like there's no God, but he is there. Even in the smallest things, you just have to seek him. You have to seek him and wait and see and believe in your heart with a childlike faith that he will respond, baby, and he does. And it's not even just with a childlike faith. I think if I can describe and explain to you guys what it felt like in that moment when I prayed, it's surrender. And not just surrender that I think I'm surrendering, but I'm really not. You have to deeply say, this is it. I have nowhere else to go. There's nothing else in me left to fight and to think of solutions. There's no solution. And it's not easy. I don't want to lie to you. The most times that God answers me is when I do that. When I genuinely just say, I don't even want to think about a solution. I don't want to think about what I can do to come out of the situation and to think I know a way out or to lean on my own understanding and wisdom, but to trust in him and just say, listen, if you're really there, if there's a God, if there's Jesus out there that can help, please, if you truly exist, and not with entitlement, you don't wait with entitlement. You're asking him with expectation and reverence, just deep respect that, listen, you are above me and you know all, you can do it all and I can't, and this is me surrendering. That's not just part of the testimony that I want to share. Now, the extra part of the testimony, why I'm saying most of the time when you're actually suffering, it's not just for you, it's for other people's breakthroughs and for them to experience faith and for their faith to grow in God because of your testimony. Now I'm sitting, right? I'm just chilling. I'm chilling with Jesus right now, sharp. There's this group chat that I'm in of amazing amazing women. I think there's men as well, but it's mostly women. It's people all around the world. There's a woman who opened a group chat from TikTok. It's a whole long story, but she has a group chat in WhatsApp where people share their testimonies, people pray for each other, people help each other in all different ways. We have video calls, we have Zoom meetings, like, okay, it's a whole thing. It's people across the whole world. We fast together when there's time for fasting. We keep each other encouraged, you know. So in that group chat, there's someone who sent a message in the group chat. They said we shouldn't really share things in the group chat. It's part of the rules, but I just want to share a bit of like her experience and what she shared. She was just asking that we please pray for her. She's currently experiencing a toothache that's so severe that she can't sleep at night, and you know that she just needs prayers for that, and that it gets worse at night. So in that moment when I opened the message, something hit me that you know what that feels like, you know what that pain feels like. And I was like, my solution, my help. And ever since then, guys, I've never had that infection. Ever since I asked God to heal me and help me, the infection stopped coming back and forth. It stopped. So I said to her, I was like, hey, like, you know, I've dealt with that. I just shared with her. I was just sharing with her that, listen, I've been there before. This is what I did. I just prayed. Honestly, I prayed and I couldn't afford. And I explained to her why my only solution was prayers, that I couldn't afford removing my 4 teeth. I have to be on a waiting list when I go to public hospitals and clinics to get help. And I just shared how that was a breakthrough for me and how God came through for me in a way that I was just like, what? But when I tell you that this lady, just the way she just said thank you, I'm not gonna read, but just to show you guys, that's the message. She was just so thankful that I shared this. She was like, that's exactly my current experience. That's what I'm currently going through. Exactly what you're explaining, how you're explaining it. It's the same situation with mine. And she was like, this is helping her. It's encouraging her to have more faith in God. Me sharing my testimony and what I thought was just a simple, I struggled with a toothache and I hated it at that time. I felt like, God, really, on top of everything that I'm going through, wafaka ne toothache on top, watifafa. Wabona ukuthi kufanele, like, she's strong, this one, she must go through it all. For me, it felt like that, but little did I know that this will be a testimony, that it will help someone. A simple thing as a toothache, guys. Sometimes you take what you're going through for granted and not understand that you could be saving someone out there. You could be encouraging them with what you're going through, with your suffering. Don't look at it as God doesn't love you or your prayers are not heard. Sometimes it takes long for God to respond because He needs you to grow in your endurance, to be patient in situations. One thing I can tell you with the situations that I'm facing currently in my life, I'm learning patience. I'm learning to be patient, to wait and be patient. There's nothing I can do but to wait and be patient. Oh, also yesterday at church, there's a guy who was also sharing his testimony, and one of the things he shared is something about, let me see if I wrote it down. Oh, to recognize the small miracles in your life every day, that they are actually there, that God is always giving us miracles in the smallest things every single day. You just have to look for them. The problem is we normally focus on the storm, on what's going wrong in your life, instead of looking at Jesus and focusing at Him, reading your word and just saying, you know what, it's not easy. Baby, it's not easy. It's not easy. Guys, this faith walk thing, it's not easy. I don't want to lie to you. As much as I sit here and make videos, there's so many times I cried here and said I want to quit, and I said, God, I don't think this is worth it. And whenever I do that, He shows me why it's worth it. He always pulls me up and gives me those miracles, no matter how small they are. It's those smallest things that build my faith up. It's those smallest things that make me have that intimate relationship with God and get to experience Him in a way that I could have never experienced Him if I didn't go through these things. So I hope this encouraged someone that whatever you're going through, no matter how it doesn't make sense and how stupid the experience may feel, that you feel like, do I really have to go through this? Do I have to really deal with this? Look at it from a perspective that you've never looked at it from, to see that God can be using that to help someone else. It's not even just about someone else, that He's using it for your character, for you to be open to being pruned. And there's so much fruit of the Spirit that I'm starting to see in myself. I'm learning how to be patient. I'm starting to be more patient than I could ever be before. Like, I wasn't a patient person. Then I wasn't even aware before that I'm actually impatient. Like, I easily get irritated. Now I'm so calm. I can be calm in situations that I would normally lose it quickly. I'm more loving, I'm more considerate of other people. I don't just think for myself. I'm learning how to be selfless. I can be very selfish. It just, maybe it's all about me. I can just be like, it's all about me and all I'm thinking about is me. But now I'm learning to not think about just me and consider other people, whether I know you or I don't know you, to just be very selfless, to love others beyond just having expectations in return. And that's beautiful to witness in my life. It's so beautiful for me to see myself as a different person, to see myself be who I never thought I would be, who I felt like it's impossible for me to be, to even love this person that I am, to forgive the person that I was before. It's through all these experiences. A little bit of a scripture, I think, the one that I've been really reading hard, and it's just been, well, a few days now. Let me not do that. Oh wait, but the one that I've really been reading hard is Proverbs 3. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. Just meditate on that scripture. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Whatever the circumstances are that are weighing you down, that you feel weary, man, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Don't depend on what you're currently understanding right now in your situation. Your own understanding is very limited, okay? It's limiting you to the truth of what's actually happening. What's actually happening, it's beyond your understanding or what you can see and perceive. Ask God for wisdom, for you to trust in Him and to trust in what He's doing and the works that He's doing through you, what He's using you for. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. Whatever you do, whatever solutions you're looking for, don't trust in your own solutions on what you think is best, but seek His will in what is best for you to do. And He's actually going to show you which path to take. It might not be the path that you want to take, it might not be the path you like, but baby, His will is best for us, okay? Not your own will. He knows better than we know because He's bigger than all of us. He created us. Definitely He'll know what's best for us. And the other one, if it's difficult to trust in the Lord, let's go to Psalm 50, okay? 50, I think verse 15. They also spoke about it at church yesterday. Then call on me when you are in trouble, and I will rescue you, and you will give me glory. It's actually this. My testimony, it's reference to this. Then call on me when you are in trouble. I called on God, and I didn't know the scripture at that time, but I called on Him with a very surrendered heart. Baby, I was in trouble and I needed to be rescued, and He rescued me, and you will give me glory. Right now I'm sitting here to give Him all the praise, to give Him all the glory, that He is a faithful God, guys. He's so faithful. I think the reason why we struggle with our faith and not trusting God is because we don't know Him. We don't know who Jesus is. We don't know His character. And that's why you're wavering with your faith. That's why you just feel like this is all nonsense. This is just a lie. This is a waste of time. People are just talking. These are just words, and you're not opening your heart to actually hearing what we're saying. And it's not even easy to open your heart. I can tell you that. Pray that God open your heart. Ask Him to help you open your heart. You cannot do it on your own because you have pride as well. And I relate with that as well. That to just have pride in me and feel like, man, I've been going down on my knees. Man, you've been saying I must pray when I'm going through it, but how many times in a day must I go down on my knees and pray? Are you not hearing me? Are you ever gonna respond? Pride gets to me at times. I feel like I'm begging you now, and this is beyond begging, and I don't know if I can do it. I do have pride where I feel like, nah, man, it's either you're gonna respond or you're not. At this point, I've been praying, hey? Sometimes I feel like that, and that's not the hard posture you need to have when you come to Him. Yes, you will do that at times where your flesh take control, but it's even in that and saying, you see how now I'm reacting, now I'm mad at you, God, and being honest with Him that please meet me in this place where I'm angry, where this pride isn't the way. Help me deal with this pride, or deal with this pride for me. But yeah, I love you guys. I know it's been a while since I posted. By the way, if you don't know me, my name is Umpila. I hope you like, subscribe, and comment, and share your testimonies. If you guys want to be a part of the group chat, I don't know how I would do that, but let me know. Let me see if I can find a way to help you get in this group chat, because it really helps me a lot, honestly, in my faith walk. It just encourages me to know that I'm not alone, and to see how other people are going through things and how they're dealing with them, and just us helping each other, sisters and brothers in Christ. Yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.